Hello and welcome. Today, we're going deep into something powerful, how to stay positive in daily life and how that positivity can lead you to success, not just in work or goals, but in relationships, your mindset, and your overall well-being. Staying positive doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing your focus, choosing your thoughts, and learning how to hold space for hope and growth, even when things feel heavy. Let's explore the real-world ways to practice this mindset and why it makes such a difference in your journey. Let's take a moment to clear something up. Positivity isn't about pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's not about putting on a smile while you're falling apart inside. Real positivity is rooted in awareness, resilience, and the belief that even when things are difficult, you still have the power to choose how you show up. When you train your mind to focus on what's working, on what's possible, and on what's still good, your entire internal world starts to shift. Positivity changes your relationship with stress, with failure, and even with yourself. It's like putting on a different pair of glasses. You still see the problems, but you also start to see the possibilities hidden inside them. Science backs this up. When you're in a positive mental state, your brain literally works better. You're more creative, you're more motivated, you make clearer decisions. Why? Because positivity opens up the part of your brain responsible for growth and learning. Negativity shuts it down. Positivity turns it on. Think about this. Have you ever had a day where everything seemed to go wrong, and yet one small kind gesture, one encouraging word, turned it all around? That's the power of positive influence. And when you learn to be that influence for yourself, that's when your life starts to change. It's not about perfection. It's about direction. Positivity helps you move forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. It fuels courage, and courage is the foundation of success. So let's not think of positivity as a finish line to reach. Let's think of it as a mindset to return to, over and over again, even on the messy days, especially on the messy days. Let's talk about how we build positivity from the inside out, through small, practical daily rituals. Think of it like planting a garden. You don't need to plant everything at once, but a few good seeds can change everything. Here are some ways to start. 1. Morning anchors. How you start your morning often sets the emotional and mental tone for the day ahead. If your first interaction is with emails, texts, or social media, you're immediately stepping into the world's demands instead of your own grounding. Starting the day with intention helps you stay rooted in your values instead of swayed by outside noise. These simple morning rituals can help you begin the day with clarity, calm, and confidence. As soon as you wake up, pause. Place your hand on your chest or your belly and feel your breath. Say one kind thing to yourself. Try. Today, I give myself permission to feel calm. Or write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big, your pillow, your coffee, or even a good dream you had. This habit helps rewire your brain to look for the good. Over time, this builds a filter of possibility rather than anxiety. 2. Gentle movement. Movement shifts stagnant energy. When you feel stuck, anxious, or heavy, it's often because emotion is trapped in the body. You don't need an intense workout to feel better. Even a 5-minute stretch or walk around the block can completely change how you feel. Let your body wake up before your stress does. Roll your shoulders, stretch your spine, walk slowly and breathe deeply. Pair it with your favorite music, a motivational audio, or just silence and presence. When you move your body, you create space in your mind. The fog clears and it becomes easier to make positive decisions. 3. Hydrate and nourish. Positivity is harder to access when your body feels depleted. Hydration and mindful eating are often overlooked, yet they're some of the most effective mood boosters you have. A glass of water in the morning sends a signal to your body. I'm here. I care. Choose foods that energize rather than crash your system. Whole, colourful meals matter more than we realize. Even the act of eating slowly, enjoying the texture, flavour, and gratitude for what you're consuming, brings you into a more positive and aware state of being. 4. Intentional input. We're constantly being shaped by what we consume: words, sounds, visuals. What you listen to and read in the morning can either feed your focus or stir your stress. Try swapping news headlines or social scrolling with something that lifts your mindset. A few pages of an empowering book, a meditation, a spiritual reading, or a motivational podcast. Before diving into the outside world, ask, what energy do I want to carry with me today? Protecting your mental space in the first hour of your day creates emotional resilience that carries you through whatever follows. These habits aren't about being perfect. They're about creating moments that anchor you in peace before the noise of the world creeps in. Think of them as your emotional armor, soft, strong, and deeply personal. Let's talk about how positivity actually plays out in daily life. Because it's one thing to hear the concept and another to live it when real emotions and real people are involved. Here are a few everyday examples where a shift in mindset can make all the difference. At work, you receive unexpected feedback from a manager or peer. It stings. Your initial reaction might be embarrassment or defensiveness. But a positive mindset gives you space to pause and ask, is there truth in this? What can I learn? How can I grow from it? That openness turns criticism into self-development. In relationships, imagine a close friend sends a short or cold message. Instead of spiraling with thoughts like, did I do something wrong? A positive lens invites curiosity and compassion. Maybe they're going through something today. That single reframe can save you stress and deepen your connection. In personal goals, let's say you miss a workout or eat something off plan. A negative mindset might say, see, you never stick with anything, but positivity steps in with, you had a tough day and tomorrow is a new chance to show up. That inner kindness keeps motivation alive. In family dynamics, a child throws a tantrum, a partner forgets something important. Positivity gives you the pause to respond instead of react. You choose connection over control. That moment may not solve everything, but it builds trust. With yourself, you wake up feeling off. Maybe the anxiety hits early. A negative loop might say, here we go again. A positive shift might say, I feel this, but it's just a moment, not my whole day. And then you take one kind action, a walk, a cup of tea, or a deep breath. That's progress. In all of these examples, you're not avoiding discomfort. You're meeting it with a mindset that says, I can work with this. I can find something good, even here. That's the daily power of positivity. It's not loud or flashy. It's the quiet, consistent choice to see through the lens of possibility instead of fear. Positivity isn't just a mindset, it's also a practice. And like any good habit, it gets easier and more natural the more you work with it. The following simple exercises are tools you can use anytime to shift your energy, your thoughts, and your perspective. The first one is the reframe journal each night. Take 5 to 10 minutes to reflect on your day. Pick one moment that felt difficult frustrating, or disappointing. Then underneath it, write a kinder, more empowering version. This helps train your mind to look for lessons, not just problems. Over time, this rewiring helps you become more emotionally resilient, especially when facing setbacks. Another good way to create a positive mindset is to look for micro moments of joy. We often wait for the big things to feel happy, but positivity lives in the little details. This practice is about training your brain to notice what's good right now. Each day, jot down 3 small moments that made you smile. Your favorite mug, a warm breeze, laughter in the background, a kind text. And try keeping a running list you can revisit on tough days. The more you look for joy, the more you'll find it. Another effective exercise is the best self mirror talk. This one might feel awkward at first, but it's powerful. Once a week, or whenever you're feeling doubtful, stand in front of a mirror and speak to yourself with kindness and belief. Imagine your higher self, the part of you that sees your worth clearly, is speaking. Say things like, "You are learning, you are growing, you are doing better than you think." When you speak to yourself with love, your inner dialogue begins to soften and shift. Another simple and great way to boost your own positivity is to share it. Even small acts of kindness create ripple effects. For example, compliment a stranger, or send a thoughtful text to a friend, or hold the door, share a smile, or simply listen more deeply. These little moments of connection remind you that your energy matters and that you always have something to give. These exercises aren't about adding pressure or creating a perfect routine. They're gentle tools here to help you reconnect with what's good, what's true, and what's possible in your day. Start with just one. Let it be enough, and let it grow from there. Let's be real. Success is not just about talent, timing, or having the right resources. It's just as much about mindset. And positivity is one of the most underrated success tools you have. Positive people take more action. Why? Because they believe they can make a difference. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. That belief, maybe I can do this, is what pushes them to take the first step and then the next. It keeps them moving even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Imagine 2 people working toward a big goal. One is constantly focused on what could go wrong, afraid of looking silly or failing. The other one sees setbacks as part of the process and believes effort always brings growth. Who do you think stays the course longer? Confidence grows through repetition, and positivity fuels the willingness to repeat. You try, fail, learn, and try again. Not because you're fearless, but because your mindset tells you, this failure isn't final. There's something here for me. And there's more. People are drawn to positive energy. Whether you're pitching an idea, building a team, or trying to make a difference, your outlook matters. Positivity builds trust, encourages creativity, and makes people want to work with you. It's magnetic. Even in leadership, the most effective people are those who can stay grounded in hope while guiding others through uncertainty. They show up with a steady presence, not perfection, but possibility. And when you fall, and you will, positivity is the voice that says, "This isn't the end. It's a lesson. Let's try again." It becomes your foundation, your fuel, and the quiet, steady fire behind your success. Let's be honest. Positivity is easy when life feels light. But when challenges hit, when you're stressed, grieving, burned out, or overwhelmed, that's when it becomes a deeper kind of work. And also, a deeper kind of healing. Staying positive in hard times doesn't mean pretending you're okay. It means giving yourself tools to hold both the struggle and the strength. It means choosing to believe that you can get through this, even if you don't know how yet. Here are some grounding techniques for when everything feels heavy. Breathe deeply. Your breath is your anchor. Try this simple pattern. Hold for 4 counts. Exhale slowly for 6. Repeat it a few times and notice how your body starts to settle. Visualize support. Close your eyes and picture someone who loves you unconditionally. Imagine them placing a hand on your back or speaking words of comfort. Let that energy surround you. Focus on what you can control. You may not be able to change your situation immediately, but you can always choose your next thought, your next breath, your next step. When life feels messy, remind yourself, this is just one chapter. You've survived hard things before, and you're not alone in this one. Let positivity become your soft place to land, not a pressure to perform, but a permission to trust. Trust your strength. Trust your heart. Trust that you are growing, even here. Positivity doesn't erase pain, but it gives it purpose. It helps you move through life with tenderness and power, and that is what makes you unstoppable. Let's close with a gentle reminder. You don't need to be positive all the time to create a positive life. Some days you'll feel heavy. Some days your thoughts won't be kind. And still, on those days, you can choose one loving thought, one small act of care, and that is enough. Positivity isn't about bypassing the hard stuff. It's about walking through it with grace. It's about giving yourself permission to feel hope in the middle of uncertainty, to find beauty even in broken places. Start with something small. Smile at yourself in the mirror. Say thank you more often. Make your bed with care. Breathe deeply before answering that message. Light a candle just because. These quiet, consistent choices matter. They become the rhythm of your life, and they remind you, again and again, that you are not powerless. You are capable of creating peace from within. So if today is a good day, celebrate it. If it's a hard one, be extra kind to yourself. Either way, let this be the day you return to your center, with more hope, more heart, and more joy. If this video inspired you or helped you reconnect with a more positive outlook, I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel. And if you know someone who could use a little extra light today, feel free to share this video with them. Until next time, stay hopeful, stay grounded, and never stop choosing joy.